Good afternoon, viewers of Teledal TV. ñëwaat nañ seen borom programme bi Beyond Discourse. Beyond Discourse nag nekk programme bi nga xam ne dinañ waxtaanee lépp everything lu involve about sports. Tey nag amante nañ beneen mbégte beneen kontaan rek ñëwaat fii si Teledal TV rek di leen wax ne rek mu ngeen a follow suñ social media handles yëpp di Facebook, X, TikTok ak YouTube. Tey nag ma am fi gan bi nga xam ne rek ñëwoon na fi muy coach Arms wax na nag bu ma ko ooyee coach waaye man xam naa lu tax ma ko ooyee coach Arms nuyu naa la si programme welcome to the program.
Yes, again, fair na kontaan na waaye to be here back again once again. Waaye comme wana la nga bàyyi di ma ooyee coach Arms boy ñaana la ngir yàlla boy coach Arms bi na em fële boy naka Sanchaba. This is beyond Sanchaba léegi paako foofu noonu.
Thank you jërëjëf coach Arms bala ñoo xuus si programme bi rek di wax ne programme bi Africell ñu ko sponsor. Africell nag seen Facebook page bi ngay dem rek predict and win between Barcelona ak Atletico Madrid 5 lucky winners yi dinañ win 5 gigabyte of megabytes looy def rek mooy da ngaa predict Barcelona wala Atletico Madrid wala draw 5 lucky winners yi rek dinañ win 5 gigabyte of megabyte léegi nag ñu xuus si programme bi rek coach Arms ñu starté ko rek si Gambia Football Federation match day 19 ñu gis rek Greater Tomorrow dóor ak moom ak Hearts ñu draw 2-2 biir box ba Medina United mu lost Brikama United 2-1 Team Rhino mu lost Samga Steve Biko tamit 0 Bombada 0 lii nag mooy fixo yi nga xam ne play nañ démba fixo yi tey nag Fortune dinañ play à Dutch Lions foofu si box ba Brikama GPA dinañ play à Falcons Bakaw Real de Banjul nag dinañ play à Hawks mooy Basori Real di Banjul football field coach Arms noo gisee fixo yi ak results yi.
En ko dooree si week 19 bi mooy games yu nga xam ne they already played yesterday. Looking at Greater Tomorrow ak Hearts they drew 2-2 comme noo ko waxee inside box ba and then Medina we are beaten 2-1 by Brikama United as well as Samga defeating Team Rhino 1-0 and then Bombada also winning Steve Biko despite with a 1-man down. These fixtures were very interesting, and then they were interesting, and then you saw. I'm pretty sure that there were some beautiful football that was played. So holy fixtures, dengan xam naa ne Greater Tomorrow ak ñi seen match bi tàngoon na torop because match boo xam ne dafa draw 2-2. It would have been easy because so holy Greater Tomorrow, they are very down on the table, and I think they are trying very hard to to mount themselves out of the bottom of the table and be in a very safer position. While Hearts during the course of the first rounds they were competing very very good. They were in the top 4 for a long time, and now they are out of the top 4. And I believe they also want to go back again to the top 4, to put pressure on the team side of them. Samga, of course, yes, they have been in the last 3 for a long time since the start of the season to now, and I think this is the first or second time they've been ahead of 2 teams on the table because they are now ahead of 2 teams. Of course, these teams are Greater Tomorrow and then Team GMT. GMT is having a game to GMT are having a game to play today.
Yeah.
And maybe if they win, of course they will go ahead of Samga. If they lose, then Samga remain in the ahead of them. And then you will see like Greater Tomorrow will be below, and then GMT also under Samga. So this victory for Samga, it's very good because like I said, they've been long time in the 15 and 16 position for a long time. They've been down there. And now at least yesterday they've gone up. Now at this means they've won 4 games out of all the 20 games they've played this season. They won 4, lose 9, and draw 7. So I hope they continue winning so that they will get out of this position, out of the relegation zone. And then when you look at the other fixture, which was Steve Biko and Bombada.
Steve Biko and Bombada.
Of course, Bombada, they are currently sitting on first position. So themselves, they have been doing so good. You play football. They are very attacking team. They score a lot of goals, but they concede a lot of goals when you look at their games overall. Yesterday, they won Stivico, who are also downstairs. They are trying to fight very hard, to get to, because Stivico, we know they have always been a team that competes. They have always put pressure on the table upstairs, up on the table. So now this season, they found themselves in a very funny and very bad situation. I know they never expected this to happen to them, or nobody expected this was going to happen because they are a team that competes a lot. Huh? They compete consistently. They are always in the top five, top six, making things very difficult, for the teams, teams that are gonna, be ahead of them, or teams that are trying to chase them as well. So the fixtures are very, very interesting. Of course, yes, they are very interesting. Then you look at Medina. Medina played 7 games in a row without losing any game, and then yesterday, Brikama United, put a stop to their unbeaten run, and then win them 2-1 in FIFA goal period. I know it was not a surprise because Brikama themselves have also been in a very good form lately.
Yeah,
So
in
winning.
their last 5 games, Bena draw rek la gayam in their last 5 games.
So that's also a very good thing. It was a very good match. Of course, if I was in the Gambia, I would have watched Brikama United and Medina. Yeah, I would have watched this game because I knew it was going to be a tough game, a very interesting game, because both teams were just in form. They are in form, and Medina, of course, Paul Pogba. Sorry, Paul Coley is doing extremely good.
Extremely
Scoring
well, yeah.
goals week in week. Yeah, scoring goals week in week out. So watching him play would have been a dream for me. Yeah? So I think I would have all these games that played yesterday. I would have been in the match of Medina and Brikama United.
Jërëjëf rek coach competitiveness of the league this year because last week gisoon nañ Ports nekkoon si kaw ñu gisaat tey tamit ñu am different league leader muy Bombada competitiveness of this year's league noo ko jàngatee.
Last week I told you, you said whether Ports are going to win the league. I said, well, I can say anything about it, but I know one thing I know for sure is this league, the fact they made the last game of the season before you see the winner of the champion of the season. Because this league, I think it's very, very, very competitive. Starting when you look at up and look at down below the table and up on the table, you will see the points are just like goals different, and then 1 point different. It's not much like before 4, 5, 6 points. No, this isn't. It's totally different because when you look at the table, starting from 13th position to the bottom, you can see almost 19, 19, 19, 19. A win or draw or lose is going to affect you anyways. So right now, as you look at the table, every point is very important. Teams don't mind drawing their games instead of losing their games. Every point is very crucial. Every point is important. Now we're talking about Bombada being on top of the table. Bombada, we are there 4 seconds for a long time, and then they went and lose form. They drop, and they were okay in between the mid-table, fifth, sixth position. And then suddenly now you are seeing them again after winning 2 games. They are now on first position again. Now we are looking at Brikama, Fortune, and then Real Banjul and Ports. If any one of them win today, we go ahead of them. They will go ahead of Bopana. But then when they go ahead, you will see there is also just a point different or a 2 points different. So the season, the league is very, very, very competitive. And when you go down even to Falcons that are also sitting on 8th position,
Yeah.
maybe 2 wins. Just within 2 games, if they win 2 games, you see them competing again, being first or second position or third position.
And then they are unbeaten in their last 5. Yeah, Falcons.
Are unbeaten in their last 5. They won through the last 3, and before the last 3, they won the 2 games.
2 games, yeah.
So this season, even down, it's very competitive because the points are there. Everything says okay, small win a better match, nyari match, I will go out of the relegation zone, or small win a better draw, better Denafagina. So when you look at all these things, it's very, very tough. It's always this season. Every team I know believe in themselves. Every team is gonna depend on myself. I'm gonna depend on myself. I'm not gonna wait like, oh, I want Bombada to win this team for me to have good position. I want this team to win that team for me to. Everything is in okay. I'm these things. Everything is in my hands. Every game has to be a final for me. I need to win all my games, and when I win all my games, at least I will be where I want to be, or I will be in a better position. So it's not fun. This season is not fun. I think when you look at the past 2 seasons or 3 seasons, this is the most competitive season for now. We don't know how it's gonna end, but for now, it's very competitive. The points are just very like tight margins. Most of the points are goals different. You are ahead of me because of goals. I'm ahead of you because of 1 point, or you're below under me because of 2 points. So it's very tight. It's very tight. You lose 2 games in a row, forget about it, my brother. You go down. Maybe you go down to the second table. Instead of the first 10, you'll be in the second, second table. So it's not really easy. It's a very competitive league this season.
jërëjëf si analyse boobu coach Arms léegi ñu wax rek si Real de Banjul ak Hawks bu game bu war a play tey biir Basouri game boobu ban façon game la ñoo expect.
Answer. It's Banjul Derby.
Banjul Derby, exactly.
Anga Derby is very wide, huh?
Yeah, of
Derby
course.
is about the players. They facing each other. The fans are facing each other. The coach are facing each other. The community are facing each other. So it's Derby mom is only that. It's always gonna be Derby. It's always gonna be ambiance. Yeah. So man be mom tell mom I'm not meeting because Hawks tamit fuga nega tamit the position buga nega. We all know that they don't want to be here. And really Banjo, of course, yes, they want to win again the league because they have 3 times in a row. They want to make it 4. They always want to set the bar high. This is why when the season started and they were struggling at the start of the season, being down, everybody was like, what's going to happen with Real Banjo? What's going to happen? And Real Banjo keep on moving. And now look at where they are. At any moment, they can be on first position. And then if they go on first position, they can fight very hard for them to maintain it until the end of the season. I'm not saying they're going to maintain it, but I know they are capable. They have a very wide squad.
They are just 2 points away from first.
Of course, yes. And then they have a game in hand today. So when they win the game in hand today, of course, when they win the game in hand today, they are going to first position. Automatically, they will be in first position by a point different, depending on Port and Fortune, because those games have to be played as well. And when they win, maybe they go ahead, or nobody knows what will happen with those fixtures. So really, Banjul, I'm just afraid that if they go sit on top of the table again, it's gonna be 4 out of 4 for them.
Wow, man suma afraid sax mooy loolu Real de Banjul xam naa ne ñu ngi am post start of the season waaye su gaa yi demee ba kick start rek I think there will be a problem for Gambian teams yeneen teams yu nekk si first division bi.
But really, Banjul, this season they were struggling like never before. I've never seen them struggle like they struggle this season. Everybody, the first 5, 6, 7 games, they were still struggling. They were still struggling. The 4, 5, 6, 7 games, they were struggling. People were questioning them, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Are they going to retain their trophy again? Are they going to do Are they going to do that? Will they survive? Some people were even talking about them going, to second division, relegating to second division. But really, Banjul is really Banjul. Really, Banjul is really Banjul.
Yeah, coach Arms comme na ko waxee rek Real de Banjul is Real de Banjul rek ba tey rek dañoo suuf suñu attention rek ñu dem tuuti rek si GFF elections yu war a ñëw xam na ne Gambia Football Federation election mu ngi war a happen mu ngi war a ñëw ndax Kaba Bajo time am jeex na léegi ñu gis rek race bi ñu fa nekk mooy Sadibou Kamaso Kémo Cissé colonel Moussa Jammeh ak Amadou Diété coach Arms di la laaj rek election bi buy ñëw nii lan la mën a indi jural Gambian football.
Election be it's not only gonna be an election just for the sake of being it an election. It's gonna be an election that has a lot of things to deal with. It's been 12 years under Kaba. With all due respect, he's done his own part. He's done his own part, whether people accept or not. There are some good things that he did, also bad things that people see in his term as the GFF president. So well, it's always gonna be like you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Is you have this to say, you have this to believe in about him or not. But let's forget about that. And now coming into this coming election, these 4 people that are gonna contest for it, it's not gonna be easy with them because Gambians, of course, they want to see good people ruling our football again. And then we are all aware of what is going on. We want to be a very developed nation when it comes to football. We are looking at Senegal. We are looking at other developing nations. At the first place, when you look at our Gambia, going 5 to 6 years without playing our stadium is not something that goes well with anybody that loves football in the Gambia.
No.
Yeah, nobody is happy about that. So I don't care who's going to be the president, but I think the first thing that the person has to do is at least let him fix our stadium. We need our stadium back. We need to play back our night games.
Definitely.
We need to put our football on the map. Exactly. We need to professionalize our leagues. These are things that we have to look into. These are things that we have to put our eyes on. We need something that we need something that is going to bring different to our football. We don't need to stay or go backward on what we have been doing before. We need to develop. Of course, yes, we need to develop. When you look at the president tournament that was played in Serekunda West, night games, yeah, the field is always filled up like Para was going to give out points to people. Why?
Full of
Because
capacity,
you would see, yeah, of course, yes, the full capacity. Everybody goes down to watch the games. Night football is always attractive. I could remember those days when the league was being played at night during the Ramadan. Myself, I used to live at Lamin, but I go to the stadium. I come home around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, or 3 o'clock. All in the name of going there to watch football or going there to cover matches as a football match reporter.
Yeah,
So these are things.
ñu wax rek ci colonel Moussa Jammeh. Coow bi bari na trop because mixed feelings la am na ñu wax ne they don't want to see former soldier comme like Kaba Bajo rek ñoom xam ne former soldier la coow baa ngi bari nag am na ñu wax ne they don't want to see colonel Moussa Jammeh let colonel Moussa Jammeh stay at the barracks loo gisee lifin boobu rek nit ñi lu ñoo wax
Excuse me. About Moussa Jammeh. I personally is a human being. He has been to football. He's the owner of Falcons. He has every right. Excuse me. He has every right, to contest. With all due respect, I allow him to do so if he wants to do so. I give him the credit. But I'm so worried. I am worried because he is the financial how do I put this? Is the financial manager something like in the armed forces? My question is he gonna have time for football?
This is the problem. Everybody is
because
asking.
Because football dafa fear.
Dafa torop.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Football dafa fear. Being the head of the financial department, the head of financial department in the armed forces. You see how big armed forces is in the Gambia or everywhere, any part of the world. You being part of the financial department, the head of the financial department, and then you wanna come and be the GFF president. For me, I think these two positions, it will be difficult.
Very difficult.
It will be very difficult for anybody to handle these two positions at the same time. I'm not against him being the president, but I'm questioning the fact that whether he will be able to handle both positions at the same time.
It's a big question.
This is my question. This is my doubt. This is my worry. This is my own part of it. This is what I think about it. You understand? Whether he will be able to handle both positions at the same time. Because football is very wide. Armed forces is very wide.
Very wide, of course.
It's very wide as well. And then looking at it, what is he going to deal with? What is he dealing with in the armed forces? The head of financial department.
Financial department. Yeah. Which is a big post.
That alone, just that position alone, even without football, is stress. It takes 90% of your chance of your daily bread.
Of your time, yeah.
Of your time, 90% of your in and outs. And then you want to come again with that, you go and be the president of GFF. Is he gonna help us?
I don't
as
think
a nation?
So. I don't think so.
As a footballing nation?
I don't think so.
This is the question. This is what I'm asking the public. This is what I want to know. Is he gonna? I'm never gonna be against anybody who says I want to be the president of this or that, of GFF. But then you have to be willing. You have to be ready to dedicate yourself. Bro, football, xam ngeen ne dafa fiir da ko dee mën a boole ak dara.
Non, trop. Dafa fiir trop.
Da ko dee mën a boole ak dara.
Dafa fiir trop.
Soo ko waree boole ak dara. Du seet.
Non, du wok.
Du seet.
Non.
Su ma wok sax dina métti.
Trop.
Te si métti boobu noonu. yaaxu bu bari. mun na fa existe. mun na fa nekk.
la ñoo xaar ci président next GFF président la Gambia di xaar ci moom ak la ñoo séntu ci moom.
Of course, kon mo la ko waxe rek we need somebody who's come dafa ñëw modify some football bi somebody who can come in and structure our football, somebody who can make us fall in love with football again 10 times than we are doing now, and those who have given up on our football can come in 50 times than come boka wada si game. Because I can tell you there are a lot of people doing you football in Gambia do them will pen. So
and everybody
man
know
yeah. Wa man gëna naati. Man dama soto sama bopa. So people like us we are still there. Yang ma understand. But then bukan na tamit ko luma fa nekk ni ma nekk fofu million times. Times 10. Yang ma understand. I give myself to Gambian football 100%. But then if it is possible for me to make it 1000%, I want to make it 1000%.
Of course.
And those ñi nga xamne they waxone ñu den ci stona na ga delu ci wat ga daw joxe football back to the Gambia holy what for Gambian football 2000%, even more than me, or even more than those who are doing it more than me. Yeah, more understand?
Yeah.
Because football lañ am.
Football.
Exactly. We have a lot of sports in the Gambia. We have a lot of sports in the Gambia, different kind of sports in the Gambia. But I would say 75% concentrate more on football.
Yeah, on football.
Boy, we need things. There are a lot of things for us to do as a football nation. So let's call it a spade.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I'm not lu bari li nga xamne mu ngi ñu ko wara put in place.
100%.
Li nga xamne right now mu ngi ñu affect.
Bu baaxa baax.
Either ways, one way or the other mu ngi ñu affect. We did football fields. We don't have good football fields.
No.
Pitch koregun amun ko.
No.
Li ñu wa diga rek. Amun ko.
Loolu mooy dëgg bi.
Wow, last year, the whole of last year, I think, maybe probably season before last, Banjul, KG5, can't play for football.
No, but I play with KG5.
Okay, when you go to Serekunda West, no football match played there.
Yeah.
Last year, ending last year, Silega commencé di play Serekunda East.
East, yeah.
Manjai, your hunger.
Manjai, Hamna, mooy suma zone bi waaw.
Waaw, yow moo tax ma ne yow xam nga.
Xam naa bu baax a baax.
Kañ la fa gëj a bu play league.
Yaaga na de tuuti.
Okay, léegi forget about all these things that happening again. Léegi ba wax ma ban league ban field moo nekk the best field in the Gambia.
Fii moom de xam naa léegi maybe West ngay wax.
Brikama rek nga mun a wax.
Wala Brikama sa ngay wax waaw exactly Brikama.
Brikama rek nga mun a wax. Xanaa léegi fii bi naka fili ñii bi lu mu tuddaat Dutch Lions, and that is owned by a football club. Yaa ngi ma understand. So let's say
léegi lu ñoo def rek coach Ams. dañoo def break bu gàtt rek su ñëwee ñu continuer programme bi. lu ñoo def rek mooy ñuy seetaan Télédal TV rek si programme bi Beyond Discourse dañoo dem benn break bu gàtt rek su ñëwaatee rek ñu continuer programme bi.
We've got fantastic new social media bundles just for you. Here are your options.
50 megabytes for $10 is valid for 1 day.
Enjoy 400 megabytes for $40, valid for 7 days.
Get a massive 1,200 megabytes for $100 is only, valid for 7 days.
Simply dial *120# and press 3 to pick the social media bundle that suits you best. Subscribe now.
Why settle for one when you can talk with two? With the Africell TOK service. For just $99, you get a massive 1,200 minutes of talk time to share between your two favorite people. To activate, dial *135#, select your two Africell numbers, and you're locked in for a full month of conversations. Africell, connecting you to your peoples.
Welcome back to the show muy Beyond Discourse di leen fàttali ba tey ne rek yéen a ngi seetaan Télédal TV programme bi Africell ñoo ko sponsor Africell nag ñëpp xam nañ Africell moom seen lu ñoo liggéey si Gambia si wàllum sports di wax ne rek mun ngeen a follow ba tey di leen fàttali rek suñ all social media handle si di Facebook YouTube TikTok ak X rek mun ngeen a like and share ñu delluwaat si programme bi rek coach Ams rek ñu siif suñ attention ndax gis nañ 2 to 3 months back African Cup final bi play na between Sénégal and Morocco ñu gis am ay coow yu am si diggante bi ba Morocco jot a jël coupe bi jot a jël coupe bi award ko Morocco ñu gis fan yële passé nag CAF seen président bi visite Sénégal ba mit Sénégal seen président Diomaye Faye mu jógee foofu tamit dem visite Morocco seen football fédération bi coach Ams lu ñoo def rek dañoo déglu benn vidéo bi nga xam ne CAF seen président bi wax na ko rek suñ paree ñu ñëwaat si show bi.
We are here as CAF and the leadership of CAF to work together with the leadership of Senegal, with the leadership of Morocco, to ensure that the development and growth of African football, we all continue to make our contributions to the development and growth of African football. We have zero tolerance of corruption in all its forms, as well as a deep commitment to impartiality, to independence and respect of the decisions of our referees and VR operators, as well as the respect and credibility and integrity of the decisions of our judicial bodies. We are confident. Whatever decision comes out of CAS, we will all respect. We will respect as CAF, and we will implement. But those issues are issues that are behind us now. All of us, Morocco, Senegal, the 54 nations in Africa, must focus on developing football in our countries, on the continent. Whatever decision comes out of CAS, we will respect them.
lu ñoo def rek fu mu mujjee foofu la ñoo commencé ñu ne mu ne ñun ñëpp ñu focus developing African football waaye ndax CAF décision bu ngay def nii ndax dafa promote African football.
Thank you for this. Thank you for asking this question because mon tamit foofu laa bëggoon sax ñu door so fa door sax man damaa ne ñu door.
Exactly moo tax ma laaj la question boobu noonu.
Yeah, because mu wax na bi wax affaire zero corruption.
Zero corruption.
Boy, yaakaar ne seetaan football.
Wala yaakaar ne ko sax
yaakaar ne seetaan football. Gis ne a lot of controversies in football games. Te pay bi su wee ne 90 minutes is over. It's over,
yeah.
jox na kii moo win góol la ma du góol offside wala du offside loolu after man yow ñoo ci des di waxtaane ko ñun fans yi. yaa ma understand.
dëgg la
ñun fans ñoo fa des. Real Madrid ko na pay bi fi mu ne offside la wala Juventus ko na gay ne handball la loolu maa ñoo ci des pay bi su wee ne it's over. Juventus moo win ma Real Madrid moo win. yaa ma understand. So when you talking your CAF president, you talking about zero corruption. In our African football, you went in fact to even encourage Morocco to get them involved into such a thing. You have the bold mind for you to say or to even sit and talk about Senegal have to forfeit the trophy.
I think corruption rule.
Africa. Let's talk about Africa. The whole of Africa. I see no football organizing body. I see no football fan. I see no even football hater who says Senegal they want to ñaga seen ligue seen ko.
No amul kenn ko wax. And then CAF seen décision bi amul kenn ku leen jàppale.
Su fekkee ne nga wax corruption. You want zero corruption. Yaa ngi wax affaire zero corruption. Yaa war a nekk leader bi. Yow soo yaa war a nekk leader bi. Football bi is 90 minutes. Yaa ngi understand. So fekkee ne whosoever come with complaints about that final scores we need the trophy. Boy, that is madness. We mën a toog sax ne da ngaa déglu noonu. Now ref bi joxe na final decision bi. Team bi moo win. That team wins.
And then so bàyyi xel si biir waxam sax we have to protect the referees. Yeah, we have to protect the referees.
We have to protect the referees.
Wow, less than 10 referees la gaay jëlee from Africa yow war na yóbbu si World Cup bi. Out of referees less than 10 referees la gaay select pour yóbbu leen World Cup.
Ma ne su gaay jëlee million sax wala su gaay jëlu kenn sax. Loolu du suñu problème. Ñoom ñu ngi wax affaire protection of referee.
Referees, yeah.
They are protecting the referee of course. Ñoom ñu ngi protect referee because even bu gaay match out, bu Senegal match out, the ref was still there. He was well secured. Nobody had to touch him. Nothing was done to him. Okay, fans in your media page, this Instagram, because Sagari, that is normal in football for fans to react anyhow they want to react. But then he was safe. He was safe on the pitch. Nobody touched him. He was fully secured. You understand? So he was protected. He was protected. And his decisions were protected as well. Because fu mu waxee ne du goal then ne du goal fu mu waxee ne penalty la nangu ne penalty la fu mu waxee ne kaali ngeen play gars yi ñëw leen play fu mu waxee ne yellow card la nangu ne yellow card la fu mu ne du yellow card nangu ne du yellow card so he was fully protected
yes.
yaa ma understand
thank you so much.
So decision bi moo si boppam moo dem ba wax ne match bi jeex na Sénégal ñoo win
waaw moom moo wax.
moom président bi moo jël médaille di ko solal players yi.
waaw wax na ko
moo
sax.
jël trophée bi
waaw
moo jël trophée bi handover ko.
handover ko yes ak prize money bi.
ak prize money yëpp boobu moo ko handover.
waaw
so fan la corruption bi nekkee foofu noonu. if there is corruption then it is after the 90 minutes.
after the 90 minutes.
foofu la corruption bi nekkee.
yeah.
So when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to lose. But then we have to take in good faith. Football more men nonu. You understand? Senegal they win bu set bo xamne they win bu set. Senegal they am sen nahar. Guy them play ak sen nahar. Guy win. You understand? So when you talk, you as a president, guy you are developing African football zero to corruption for African football.
Yeah.
Boy, ki mun mako gene si number one corruption. Mun mako gene si number one person corruption.
No. And then he should lead by example. But mom lum definitely is part of corruption.
What is part of corruption? It's number one corruption.
Number one corruption, yes.
Wow, Momo is number one corruption. Because something can happen in the Gambia. Let's, for example, something can happen in the Gambia. CAF, of course, yes, they are ahead of Gambia Football Federation. They are ahead of Senegal Football Federation. Because if you are talking about Africa, you have the govern African football.
African football, yeah.
So if something like this happens in international football, in international football, it will happen. Gambia, even in our league, say, for example, something like this happen, and they will say, hi, yo, CAF star. Then you don't trophy
it doesn't tell well.
It doesn't tell well.
Yes.
Trophy si lo Senegal joko muruko. La mota le mulo je trophy bi si Real Baju nga joko samga.
Ñepp fogg ne it's normal.
It's normal. Lolu la fo. And they are the leaders of African football. Ñi ko joxante ñu ko nekk joxante ak European football. Ñi ko joxante ak FIFA. Because fu CAF neka, fu FIFA neka, CAF dina fa neka. Mota even the Western world, they were laughing at us.
Yeah, they were
said
laughing
they have
at
never
us.
seen anything like this.
Especially Jamie Carragher of Liverpool.
They said they have never seen anything like this in football, in the world of football.
To be honest.
After 2 months.
2 months. It has never happened.
Before you want to fight against corruption.
No, they are not fighting against corruption.
Huh?
In fact, they are the corrupt.
You are in fact encouraging corruption.
Corruption, yes.
Huh? You are encouraging corruption. You are feeding corruption.
You
are castigating people's mind.
Yes, I'm not looking at baña wax.
Te dinañ ko wade.
I'm not looking at baña wax.
Senegal do ko chala nation de.
No, Senegal, they are very powerful in African
Senegal
football.
Senegal is so chala nation.
Yes, they are so powerful.
They are so powerful.
Yes.
I saw one of his statements from Wahine. Even Senegal Football Federation, how much ban committee la CAF same ben committee bo xamne la Senegal mo fa nek di head or is a key member. So
yes.
Buga don't have send decision send dugante Guinea sa ko den ko fa gene because of that he has to be independent because Buga conflicts of nation.
And this is corruption.
Ko def wala kina because of Buga conflict of nation. Ana ko mën ñu tok fofu wax dega?
Of course mën nañu tok wax dega. He's part of the body. Of course.
But he was excluded. He wasn't part of all their curriculum Buga don't have. Ana sum football fa lañ ko bëgg yobbu
kenn xamut
Africa fa lañ yobbu sum football is it a cost on Africans? Is it a cost on us?
No.
So joy fi nga ne Gambia nga joy fi nga ne Senegal so joy fi nga ne Ivory Coast so joy fi boy then at the end of the day ñi nga xam ne ñu nekk di govern as in a footballing world ñoo gëna bon. What example are they putting across to us Africans who are following football?
Very bad, horrible example.
What do they want us to learn from this? Or what have you learned from this, my brother? What have you learned from this?
Comme niñ ko waxee rek corruption la fi jàngee.
Kon jeex na nag.
Corruption la ñu daal
la fi jàngee.
ak ñu jaay.
Xam na ne there are a lot of things on the ground lu war a tax li yëpp di xew. It is done.
But we will leave it with final decision bi comme moom nu ko waxee rek with this CAS body ñi nga xam ne ñoo amee football worldwide ñu xool decision bu gaay indi moom wax na ne we will respect the decision. Kon nag jërëjëf coach Ams lu ñoo def rek mooy dañoo move suñ attention si UEFA Champions League bi gis nañ quarter final bi first leg si play nañ ñu gis nag ñuy dem approach second leg bi di ko starté rek sa team bi Real Madrid gis naa nag yaa ngi sol seen jaasi bi waaye di la laaj rek coach Ams yéen a ngi lose 3 games in a row ngeen draw benn lose ñaar lan mooy problème yi Real Madrid this season.
Real Madrid seen problème bi moom ma ne ko mooy loolu our problem is It's beyond control because Monday, when you look at the team, we have the squad, we have a very big squad. We have good players, but then a lot of things is happening. I don't some that I can understand. At the end of at the starting of the season, it was Kylian Mbappe who was on fire, 100% in form, and then suddenly Vinicius Junior take over, and then I'm gonna. Then one thing again, I think is disturbing us that has played that has played a very negative role in our form is the change of coach in within the season. You understand? We started a project with Alonso. Alonso came in. He wanted some certain players which we are not giving to him, which I understand. It's normal in football because not every coach has everything that you want at your disposal. But then, of course, yeah, the team that he met is also a very good team, and they can also compete as expected because this was the same team that had won a lot few trophies the last season before last with Ancelotti, and then there was no Mbappe, and then we came in with Mbappe. King Hamne, no team on earth do one more solo Mbappe. You understand? So that being the case, Mbappe coming to Real Madrid should be a plus and not a minus. And of course, yes, he's doing his own part of it. His last season he was our leading goal scorer, and this season is also our leading goal scorer for now. You understand? But then one thing I don't understand, there is so much of ego in the club. I believe there is so much of ego in the club. We have players with attitude problem. They choose to play for at a certain time. But I think for now, that is something that is been trying to be taken out of the club. They try to wipe it out because the problem started with Alonso and he was gone. Of course, we had a series of meetings that the president coming down to the club with the players, telling them, okay, now you guys we are complaining about Alonso, blah 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 blah, and now Alonso is gone. Whatever is going to happen right now, any perform is going to base strictly on the players and not on the coach because this is a coach that you said you want, and then I'm correct. And then, but yet still things are not going fine. The results are not coming. The last 3 games we have been won, like you said, we lost 2 and we draw our last game. Out of 3 games, no 3 points. We had only 1 point out of 3 games. Something, it's not normal at this point of the season because we all know normally every season Real Madrid before February or before January, we sometimes do struggle. Sometimes we go a lot of time. Every season, in fact, every season we play 4 games in a row without winning. It always happened to us. It always happened to us. 4 games without a win. But that happens before January or before February, and hence we enter February. Very, very, very. It's very rare for us to lose a game or to play 2 games without winning 2 games. It's never in our in our football. You understand? Because at this point of the season, this is the time we always pick our form. 100% or let's say 90% of our form comes back, and then we push to the end of the season. Imagine in October, I guess we were topping Barcelona with 5 points, and then suddenly, and now they are now leading us with 9 points. That's very strange, huh?
Very strange.
Yeah, very strange.
Lan nga jàngee rek si Real Madrid, there are a lot of coow bi bari na noise bi bari na ñu ne Mbappé ak Vinicius mënuñoo play. Ñu gis tamit Real bala Mbappé di jógee from injury, Real was in a very fine form. Mbappé bu ñëwaatee ñu gis Real seen form bi drop. Waaye ndax notion boobu noonu bu nit ñi di wax dëgg la wala dëgg?
Man, I don't believe in those things. I don't believe in those things. These 2 players are not compatible. You might understand. No, these are professionals. They are 4 players. You might understand. And then saying they are not compatible is not something that I will buy because at the course of the season, last season, they were Mbappe and Vinicius. They were doing so good. When you look at the number of goals Mbappe scored, 50% of those goals, or let's say 60 or 65% of those goals were assisted by Vinicius. You might understand. Before Mbappe came, before Mbappe arrived at Real Madrid, Vinicius and Jude Bellingham were the goal scorer. They score goals, no good, no bad. Vinicius had never been our leading goal scorer in the season. In no season has he ever been our leading goal scorer. Before Mbappe came, it was Jude Bellingham who was our leading goal scorer. Vinicius was always the number 2 in the league goal scoring. If not before Mbappe, it was Jude Bellingham first, and then Vinicius second. And when Mbappe came, it was Jude Bellingham first. It was Mbappe first, and then Vinicius second. Vinicius is more of let's give an assist, which he does. Sometimes maybe he doesn't assist when we needed it the most, or he doesn't score goals when we needed it the most. But Vinicius has never been our number 1 in goal scoring.
Goal scoring.
But then his form has always been good. He scores goal or he assists. But he has never been our Cristiano Ronaldo in goal scoring. He has never been our Messi in goal scoring. You understand what I mean? He's not the main man in scoring goals. But he has scored also important goals in our seasons. Because when you look at 2024, he scored in the semi-final, quarter-final, and the final of the Champions League.
Yes.
You understand?
Yeah, that's
so these
true.
are very crucial goals, very important goals that
Very
he
important,
scores.
very crucial, yeah.
Very important goals. He does those. He does that a lot of times. So that we can say about him. But then thinking that he cannot play with Mbappe, man, I don't believe in that. Maybe they are right. But for me, I don't believe in that. You understand?
Coach Arms, gum nga ne Real Madrid dinañ ton tay bi against Barcelona.
110%. 110%.
Boy,
110%.
Mba nek lo di wax as a fan, waxi fan.
Of course, as a fan of a Real,
Lo nga ne
110%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because forget about as a fan of Real, I'll tell you 110%.
Fan nga ko wir.
I'm coming. Mangeño. As a Real Madrid fan, 110%. Based on football realities, I'll say 100%. Yeah, I understand. Real Madrid nekk na team bi nga xam ne man su ma la ko woo sax yow sama xam nga ko.
I know.
I understand.
They
can do the unexpected.
Yeah, unexpected. Loolu dëgg la te yàgg nañ ko def.
This was the same Bayern. Ñi nga xam ne they were leading us in Bernabeu in 2024 when it was almost done. With Buga egg at the additional time, Real Madrid take time with 2 goals.
Waaw yan player ñoo fa nekkoon at that time. Ndax player yu fa nekkoon nañu fa ba tey.
Okay, does it really matter? Because
Of course, Coach Arms. Of course, it matters.
Mangeño.
Baax na.
Real Madrid bu ñu conformé ba léegi.
Waaw.
Depuis bu ñu conformé ba tey.
Waaw.
Players yu fa nekkoon bu gaa doon def lu gaa doon def. Nekkatu fa ba léegi.
Waaw
every time they do the same thing. Ben nit dem na mi xam ne Real Madrid this is part of their tradition. This is part of their system.
Yes. Never give up.
They never give up. So it's not about the team. It's not about the player. It is about the team. You understand? It is about our character. It is about how Real Madrid is. You understand? Because if you book Chris Gene, new Sergio Ramos Gene, you understand? You Ferran Gene, Gane Real Madrid Gene. I know you are also one of those who we are saying to.
Of course. You xam nga ma sax.
Of course, yes. And the first season, Mundo win Champions League. Book Sergio Ramos Gene, and Ferran Gene. Kanaka ñu nekkoon suñu defense. Alaba ak Militao. They want at boobu noonu.
Exactly.
Waaw they want at boobu noonu. Dañoo concede 50 goals. Ñun dañoo at boobu dañoo gën a concede 50 goals. Waaw at boobu la win Champions League bi. So and then people were saying our success was there because of that. Cristiano was because of that. Sergio Ramos was because of you xam nga lu ma leen di wax those players. And then since those players left, we have won 2 Champions League as well.
Yes, 2 Champions Leagues.
So more than Manila, forget about the players. It's about the team. Si terrain bi la nekk.
Ci dara di la nekk. But man suma gis I don't see you guys gisuma leen ngeen ton tay bi. Si man suma gis.
Very good. Very good. And I asked that. You understand? Comme ni ma waxee ne yow ton time bi. Bro, it's football. Nga du ma la xam football. Yaa ngi understand? Yow sa gis am na foo ko wéer. Man tamit suma gis am na fu ma ko wéer.
Yes.
Moo tax ma ne la as a Real Madrid fan, I will say 110% dañoo change time bi. But as a football lover, I will say 100% dañoo change time bi.
Jërëjëf Coach Arms time jeex na time waxtu bu ñu mayoon jeex na kon nag comme na ko waxee rek xam naa ne yaa ngi wax because of football waaye yow maa yow xamante ne dinañ dajewaat kon nag Arms di la wax ne rek luy sa final words am naa kontaan ak mbégte gis la si suuf nga ñëwaat back nangu suma invitation ñëw si programme xam naa ne yaa ngi busy trop si studies yi ak lessons yi waaye loolu luy sa final see.
Waaw comme I'm so happy that I just want to say I'm happy to be here again with you and then appreciate na ko torop appreciate na one time sa time bi nga jël to invite me because a lot of people are there ñu nga xam ne war nga mën a invite guy why you invite me so I appreciate that préparé di la gërëm tamit di gërëm suñu listeners yi ñi nga xam ne ñoo ko di déglu da kay ko di ñu déglu te yow tamit like I always say yow li nga nekk def you are doing very good just keep on doing your thing and then believe in what you are doing and inshallah li nga si sentu dina la fekk si kër bi inshallah yeah maa ngi sant tamit ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk di liggéey si radio bi comme like ñu nekk si technical room bi and everybody daal ki nga xam ne daal mu ngi liggéey fi play a role pour li programme bi mun a am yàlla na yàlla defal jàmm yàlla na yàlla sàmm gaay yàlla na gaay bokk seen bopp inshallah
amiin jërëjëf coach Ams di la joxaati jërëjëf rek yow moom suma waay nga suma nit nga kon nag viewers of Teledal TV rek li la leen waxtu mayoon fii Beyond the Scores di leen dig daje rek ba beneen yoon inshallah suñu beneen programme Beyond the Scores.
Every time you buy credit or data, that's a speed and win waiting on your My Africell app. 50 megabytes, 100 megabytes, 5 gigabytes of internet data. Si tanga. Credit or data purchases, speed and win rec. Africell and AfriMoney, where loyalty pays and the fun never fades.